Hello students, welcome to class 11th. Today we are starting with our first chapter of physics. The name of the chapter is Physical World. In this chapter, mostly some terms are there which are used, derivations are not there. So we will start with the first topic, that is the name of the chapter is Physical World. The first topic is science and its origin. So, science is a systematic understanding of natural phenomena in detail so that it can be predicted, controlled, and modified. The very first topic is what is science and what is its origin. So, science is a systematic understanding of the natural phenomena in detail so that it can be predicted, controlled, and modified. Science involves exploring, experimenting, and speculating phenomena happening around us. And you know very well that physics is also one of the branch of science. The word science is derived from a Latin word scientia, meaning to know. So the basic meaning of science is to know. The next comes the scientific methods. Scientific methods is a way to gain knowledge in a systematic and in-depth way. It involves systematic observation, controlled experiments, qualitative and quantitative reasoning, mathematical modeling, prediction and verification of theories, speculations on predictions. Basically, in this chapter, as you have studied physics in class 10th, derivations are not there, only theoretical portion is there. In this chapter we will discuss what is science, what is physics, what is the scope of physics. You will come to know about the basic branches of physics. So science does not have any final theory. Science does not have any final theory. The improved observations, accurate tools keep improving the knowledge and perspective. There are some scientists, Kepler's using Tycho Brahe research on planetary motion. The Kepler is the Kepler is the name of the scientist who gave his research on planetary motions. This also will study in the sixth chapter to improve Nicolaus Copernicus theory. This theory was also given by Copernicus. The next comes the quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics is a branch of physics, was developed to deal with the atomic and nuclear phenomena. The next comes what is natural science. Natural science is also a branch of science concerned with the description, prediction, and understanding of the natural phenomena based on observation and empirical evidence. As you very well know, that our science is divided into three parts, that is physics, chemistry, and biology. The next comes the very important what is physics. So, physics is a study of basic laws of nature. You know very well. Physics is a study of basic laws of nature and their manifestation in different natural phenomena. Some of the phenomena you have studied in class 10th also, that is, for example, I give you formation of a rainbow, the day formation of days and nights, and you have studied about why stars twinkle, planets do not twinkle, and many other phenomena. So physics is the study of physical world and matter and its motion through space and time, along with the related concepts such as energy and force. The word physics is derived from a Greek word physique, means nature. So, the meaning of the physics is nature. Next, there are two types of approaches in physics. These are given in your NCERT also. The first one is unification and the second one is reduction. I repeat, the first one is unification and the second one is reduction. Now comes, what do you understand by unification? Unification means For example, you have studied, we are having so many laws in physics. So unification basically tells us that we can explain so many laws by just explaining simple one law. For example, this approach considers all of the world phenomena as a collection of universal laws in different domains and conditions. Example is also given. Law of gravitation. All of you have studied law of gravitation in class ninth. Law of gravitation applies both to a falling apple from a tree as well as motion of all planets around the sun. The next comes electromagnetism laws govern all electric and magnetic phenomena. Electromagnetism, this is a part of class 12th physics. You will study about electromagnetism. At present, you can consider it as a branch of physics. The next comes reduction. Reduction means this approach is to derive properties of complex systems. Means reductionism means, as the name signifies, to reduce something. Means, for example, if I am having a complex question, you can say. So reductionism says I can reduce that problem in small parts and then I can solve it. So this approach is to derive properties of complex systems from the properties and interaction of its constituent parts. For example, temperature studies under thermodynamics. This word might be new for you, thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is basically a branch of physics which deals with the study of heat. Thermo means heat. So this you will study in class 11th only. At present you can consider it as a branch of physics. So thermodynamics is also related to average kinetic energy of molecules in a system like kinetic theory. So this is reductionism, means to reduce a complex problem in smaller parts and then solve it, each and every part. The next comes the impact and uses of physics. It can explain a phenomena happening over a large magnitude with a simple theory, and experiments and observations are used to develop new theories for unidentified phenomena and improve old theories for existing phenomena. Development of devices using laws of physics. This is the impact and uses of physics. The next comes the scope of physics. Scope of physics is Scope of physics is vast as it covers quantities with length magnitude as high as 10 to the power 40 or more astronomical. You can say as low as 10 to the power minus 14, means this is telling about the range, such as electrons, protons. Similarly, the range of time scale goes from 10 is to minus 22 seconds to 10 is to power 18 seconds, and mass from 10 is to power minus 30 kg to 10 is to power 55 kg. Basically, physics is broadly divided into two types based on the scope. Basically, physics has two branches, you can say. The first one is classical physics and the second one is modern physics. Classical physics deals with the, you can say, macroscopic phenomena. Macroscopic phenomena means the phenomena, for example, pendulum, we have studied friction, work, energy, while the modern physics deals with the microscopic phenomena. Microscopic phenomena means the study about electrons, protons, and the quantum nature, light, ray optics. These are studied in the microscopic phenomena, so they are considered under modern physics, or you can say quantum physics. And the earlier physics means, you can say, old physics is classical physics. Both the physics are different, and the laws of modern physics are not applied in the classical physics, and the laws of classical are not applied in the modern physics. In class 11th, basically we will study about only classical physics. The first comes the macroscopic domain. The macroscopic domain, the first topic is mechanics. Mechanics, you can say, this is a branch of physics. Mechanics is based on the Newton's law of motion and the laws of gravitation. It is concerned with the motion, equilibrium of particles, rigid and deformed bodies, and general system of particles. In this, for example, in mechanics, we will study about propulsion of a rocket by ejecting gases, water and sound waves. We will study about simple harmonic motion, simple pendulum, friction, equilibrium of bent rod under a load, means bending of a rod. So we will study all this in mechanics. The next comes electrodynamics. Electrodynamics, you can say, is also a branch of physics. It deals with the electric and magnetic phenomena associated with the charged and magnetic bodies. For example, motion of a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, the response of a circuit to an AC voltage, the propagation of radio waves in the ionosphere. These all are considered under electrodynamics. The next comes the optics. Hope you are familiar with this branch of physics. You have studied in class 10th also. It deals with the phenomena involving light, for example, reflection, refraction, dispersion of light through a prism, color exhibiting by thin films. The next branch is thermodynamics, I told you. It deals with a system in macroscopic equilibrium and changes in the internal energy, temperature, entropy. This term must be new for you. You will study about this term. Thermodynamics is basically your 8th chapter. We will study this chapter under applications of external force or heat. For example, efficiency of heat engines, direction of physical and chemical process. So all these are considered under macroscopic domain. The next comes the microscopic domain. As I told you, the word signifies micro. Micro means small. So, microscopic domain includes phenomena at minuscule scale, means small scale like atomic, molecular, and nuclear. It also deals with the interaction of probes like electrons, protons, photons, and other elementary particles. Quantum theory has become developed to handle these phenomena. I told you the modern physics can be called as quantum physics, and mechanics is a part of classical physics. The next comes the factors responsible for the progress of physics. The factors are quantitative analysis along with the qualitative analysis, application of universal laws of in different contexts, approximation approach, means the complex phenomena broken down into collection of basic laws. The next is extraction and focusing on essential features of a phenomena. So these are few terms. The first chapter is basically, the name of the chapter is physical world. So in this chapter mostly theory is there, derivations are not there, so you have to just go through these terms.